Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by RAYNA Valhalla. Nope, that's not right. Vallandingham. Was it?
Vallandingham.
Vallandingham. Vallandingham?
Vallandingham. It sounds royal.
As you can see, we've known each other for years. So, five weird involuntary. Your last name is messing me up. 5
Vallandingham.
Weird, involuntary behaviors explained. It's from It's Okay to Be Smart, the YouTube channel. I have not watched any of their content before, but this came up as something YouTube recommended to me, and I was like, oh, okay, let's check it out. Let's see how this goes. 5 weird involuntary, not just involuntary, but weird involuntary behaviors explained. So you guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this video up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching.
Oh my gosh, I used to watch these in school all the time.
Oh yeah?
We'd like to think we walk through our lives completely conscious, free to choose whatever we like, totally, completely in control. Not even close. Our bodies leave a lot to autopilot, which is a good thing, because imagine having to regulate your heartbeat and your breathing and your digestive system and your body temperature, all while not peeing your pants and falling down. That would be hard. Many of those involuntary actions are mysterious, annoying, and just plain weird. Here are 5 of the human body's strangest out-of-control behaviors. Start typing "why does my" into Google, and the top result is an eye-opener. Involuntary twitching of the muscles around the eye has a number of causes, including dry eyes, caffeine,
God, that
bright
freaks me
lights,
out.
and just like during a tough workout, from simple fatigue. It's usually totally harmless and eventually goes away on its own. And it's a good hint that you've probably been looking at that screen enough for one day. Looking at
The eye twitches, man, those are the worst. Like,
Those are bad.
whenever I get them, I'm like, am I dying? Like, what's going on?
That's true. You know, I get them when I'm nervous.
Okay.
So when I'm on screen and I'm acting, my eye starts twitching sometimes, and the director's like, what's your situation there?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't control it. It's involuntary. Hey man, watch this video. It's involuntary.
Right. That's why your eye was twitching when you came through the door today. It's making me nervous.
bright light can cause more than an eye twitch. In Aristotle's Book of Problems, he asks, why is it that one sneezes more after one has looked at the sun? Proving that people have been asking a lot of the same questions for a long time.
Do you sneeze when you look at the sun?
No one told
Doesn't happen to me.
that you're not supposed to
Really?
stare at the sun.
You're a sun sneezer.
No, I'm not. I'm saying it doesn't happen to me.
Oh, it doesn't happen to
Do you? Does it happen to you?
We're not sun sneezers here.
We're not snun sneezers.
We're not snun sneezers, guys.
We're not snun Caesars.
Snun sneezers. Sounds like a restaurant.
The so-called photic sneeze reflex, aka the autosomal.
Oh, maybe it's for survival.
Ophthalmic outburst, abbreviated ACHOO. Yes, seriously, is experienced by about 1 in 4 people, leading scientists to believe that it is genetically heritable.
Oh.
While the exact cause hasn't been pinpointed, many scientists think that it's due to crosstalk between the optic nerve and the nerve that feeds the tickling sensation in your nose.
That is very
The visual
interesting.
cortex of sun-sneezing people is also prone to overstimulation, which might send the sneeze-sensing parts of their brain haywire. Have you ever been just about to go to sleep, walking through the gate?
I thought that maybe for a second it had something to do with survival because, like, you're not supposed to stare at the sun. You'll go blind. And so I thought maybe this genetic thing got passed on from our ancestors of, like, people who sneezed when they looked at the sun survived because they could still see and mate and have offspring.
That's true. That's true. I've noticed that a lot of our behaviors now are based off of our ancestral DNA. So
Yeah, exactly.
that could be very true.
Brain haywire. Have you ever been just about to go to sleep, walking through the gates to dreamland, only to have the floor pulled out from under you and suddenly you're falling and then you wake up?
Yes.
These frustrating sleep starts have another cool medical name, hypnagogic myoclonus. When we drift off, the areas of our brain that control motor function are inactivated in favor of those that control our sleep cycles, which is why you can dream about riding your bike without actually moving your feet. As the sleepy part of your brain fights with the awake and moving parts of your brain, that battle can spontaneously tip back in favor of the motor control side, and then suddenly you're like, ugh, whoa, I'm awake. Sleep starts aren't the only myocloni that we experience.
Hold on. You've experienced that
Yes.
falling thing?
Every single night. It might be because I work out so much and I'm always doing martial arts that, like, my brain is visualizing, okay, I'm doing a flip now and something goes wrong. And then I wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just fell. And I can feel myself falling. It is the weirdest phenomena ever. I hate it every single night.
I've only experienced that when I was, like, falling asleep in school and, like, I'm just, like, at my desk and then it's like, oh God, I'm falling. No, everything's okay. And you kind of do
Still
that
in
look
school.
around and make sure that no one's like staring at you.
Yeah, that's true. I get that.
nobody's-
Although I'm a good student, I never fell asleep. Don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. No, or, like I've also experienced it. Like I experienced it last night because I was up really late editing, where I'm just like I'm literally falling asleep as I'm editing videos, and then it's like I almost fell down.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. Like, oh my gosh, if you're hearing this, God, like, make it stop happening. I'm over it.
Hiccups are an uncontrollable contraction of the diaphragm muscle that we use to draw air into our lungs. About a quarter second after that muscle contracts, the vocal cords snap shut, creating that characteristic. Scientists still aren't sure what causes them, but possible explanations include hiccups being an evolutionary remnant from a few 100 million years ago when our ancestors still had to pump water over their gills. Or, since hiccups mainly happen in mammals, that they started as a way for nursing infants to clear air from their stomachs. If you want to get rid of hiccups, it seems that increasing the amount of CO2 in your blood can do the job, which is why common remedies include drinking water, or holding our breath, or breathing into a paper bag.
Or scaring someone, right?
Yawning, another long...
He said pumping more CO2 into your blood. I was thinking of like a bicycle pump and like...
That's a good invention.
like what the...
Imagine that. We just pump you up if you have hiccups. Scientists, get on that.
Yeah, exactly.
slow, involuntary form of breathing is common throughout the animal kingdom, and it
That's
originates
cute.
in the womb. We know it's
You know what that is?
A fetus.
That,
right?
I know, but that's like I only saw this for the first time a couple years ago. My friend Megan Lays, when she was pregnant.
Oh, I know her. I love her.
Oh, you know Megan Lay?
She's amazing.
Yeah, when she was pregnant, I went once with her to the what's it called? The sonogram? No, what's it called? The a chart. What's it called when you get the
Ultrasound?
Ultrasound. Thank
Yeah.
you. And so she did an ultrasound, and it's a 3D ultrasound where you can see like in 3-dimensional space what the baby looks like. I'm like, this is nuts. Because I remember when my brother was in my mom's stomach, and it's like all you saw was just like it looked like a submarine. What you call it? Sonar thing.
Submarine. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, things have advanced so much. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's associated
Wow.
with sleep and boredom, but that doesn't explain why it happens. And like most human behaviors, if you stop and think about yawning long enough, it starts to become a really weird thing to do.
Oh God, I'm gonna yawn.
Hippocrates believed that yawns released noxious fumes that had built up in the body, but modern medicine has shown us that that usually happens on the other end of the body. We also know that about 50% of people who observe a yawn will yawn in response, so it's
I
not
did
really
it.
a social cue.
Test
synchronized
right
with
now.
biological clocks. One theory says yawns might even cool the brain slightly to make us more alert as we get bored or sleepy.
I heard yawning is a result of you not having enough sleep, and so your brain is basically starved for oxygen, and that's why you yawn is because you're just not getting enough rest.
See, that's interesting. I yawn the most when I'm working out, and
Because your body needs oxygen.
exactly, yeah, and
makes
it's
sense.
just so irritating because yawns make me sleepy. I associate it with sleep, right? So I'm like kicking away.
Maybe you can
And my
shout
brain's
through your
like,
yawn.
Ah, let's go. It's a good
Even
idea.
watching someone talk for extended periods of time can induce yawning. So next time you're getting bored in class,
so
tell your
cute.
teacher it's Mother Nature's fault. Finally, I'll leave you with one bonus behavior, post-micturition convulsion syndrome, or the pea shivers. This is another behavior for which scientists haven't quite shaken out all the details, but some believe it's simply because we're exposing sensitive areas of our body to the cold while we expel some internal warmth. They might also arise from a bit of conflict between our autonomous nervous system that's usually quietly keeping all that pee inside and the part of our conscious mind that's in charge of the plumbing at that moment.
Why did they pick a silhouette of a creepy looking dude?
I know, and his hair, sir.
like
Get a haircut.
Ted Bundy looking guy.
Ted Bundy gets the pea shivers. You heard it here first.
These weird, wild, and often twitchy behaviors may defy nice, neat explanations, and yes, sometimes they are very annoying. But in the great movie that is life, they're a nice reminder of all the amazing things going on behind the scenes.
Oh, good Lord.
Here's a reflex action.
scares me.
You click subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.
That was interesting.
That was really interesting. I thought I was the only one who had pea shivers. I thought it was just because a ghost was moving through me
Oh,
in my haunted bathroom.
you totally get. I didn't think like because they showed a dude. I was like, there's no way girls get pea shivers.
Yeah.
You get pea shivers too?
all the time.
Okay.
But I literally thought it was just, a ghost is coming through.
I didn't think when you came over today we'd be talking about your pee. That's interesting.
I know. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. This is me. Fun fact.
I get poop shivers.
New
just joking.
discovery.
Just joking. Can you imagine? Just like that helps with the bowel movements.
That's now it's 6 weird
Yeah.
involuntary behaviors explained.
Yeah, exactly. I never thought about that. The pee shivers.
Yeah.
I guess it happens. Yeah, I guess it does happen. I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
I just figure I'm still waking up. That usually happens to me in the morning, so I just assume it had to do with my body just like getting the blood flowing. You know?
I wonder if it also can be that. Who knows?
It's all the things.
It's all the things, all of the
Yeah.
above.
Eye twitch thing. I'm glad they provided these explanations because man, eye twitches just make me feel so like I'm losing my mind or something. Like something. Like, you ever wonder if it's permanent? Like, oh my god, is this the rest of my life? Like,
Exactly.
is it gonna be there forever?
Well, because when you watch movies about psychos, they always portray the eye twitching as like a characteristic. So whenever my eye starts twitching, I got like, oh god, I'm officially going psycho. Hollywood has gotten to me. I start freaking out. I love how we're both scared of it.
Yeah.
I just, ugh.
That's probably common. Probably everybody freaks out.
That's true.
I don't get the sun sneezing. I don't know anyone else who does. Achara, do you get sun sneezing? No one gets sun sneezing. No one. This is a lie.
No one.
I guess you do get the thing where you fall while you're sleeping.
I swear that's a common thing. It's gotta be.
This was fun, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that and got some knowledge or knowledge. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon, all notifications. Vote this video up to let YouTube know that you're enjoying what you're watching. And follow Rayna. Rayna?
Rayna Valhalla Vallandingham.
I keep wanting to call you Raya or like Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah, I get compared to that all the time. So it's
Rayna
okay.
and the Last Dragon. So thanks so much for hanging out. And I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Rayna Vallandingham.
Peace out.